Good, happy Tuesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, Marriott family fights to keep sexual history private. Let's take a listen to the video.
Is there any way you can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment? Try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
This process has been just absolutely devastating for them. I mean, they tried to begin to move on after the conviction, and this process has really kind of reopened that wound for them.
It's been nearly 4 years since Lizzie Marriott was raped and murdered by Seth Mazzaglia. Her body dumped in the Piscataqua River and never found. Twice during his murder trial, the lower court ruled that Lizzie's personal sexual history was irrelevant and inadmissible. But in June, Mazzaglia's appeal triggered a new Supreme Court rule, allowing the records unsealed. Outcry got it stayed. Today, the Marriott family filing a brief.
They today have the official opportunity to intervene as a party to a criminal appeal, which is really a groundbreaking opportunity for them. It gives them their own voice in this process and their own seat at the table.
The family will have a place in oral arguments next month to say, in part, this honorable court should not distort the public's right of access, a mechanism that's intended to hold the government accountable to the people, into a weapon that eviscerates Lizzie's and her family's rights and invites unwarranted additional public scrutiny and victim blaming.
No other state in the country has ruled that the rape shield law disappears at the appellate level. No one has done that.
Advocates fear a chilling effect on victims.
Organizations around the country are watching this because it is such an important issue for victims and their privacy.
Lizzie Marriott's family finds itself in the position of arguing for victims of all violent crimes, that their right to privacy should survive a trial, a conviction, an appeal, and beyond. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Sarah Long Bridge in Portsmouth closed to traffic. Let's take a listen to the video.
Without an appointment? Try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
It's connected Portsmouth to Kittery, Maine for 76 years, but drivers may never be able to cross it again.
I love that bridge. It's an old bridge and it's beautiful, and I'm hoping that they keep it open.
The Sarah Long Bridge is broken because of an issue inside one of the towers. The New Hampshire Department of Transportation says there's a problem with a wheel, which makes the bridge go up and down. For now, it's been raised so that boats can pass through below.
I'm just glad, nobody got hurt. They caught it before that.
About 14,000 cars use the bridge every day. Those vehicles will now need to use Interstate 95 or Memorial Bridge instead.
It's always better to have 3 bridges than 2 bridges.
It will create a lot of backup, especially downtown here.
Inspectors from both states are now trying to figure out how serious the damage is. This comes just months before it will be permanently shut down in November. As part of a $172 million replacement project, a new bridge is set to open in September of 2017.
We have to determine whether, the nature of the investment for a fix, if it is an expensive one, is worth it at this point.
DOT says it will have a better idea of how much it'll cost to fix within the next couple of days. for now, drivers will need to use alternative routes until the bridge's future is determined.
And I think good things to come with the new bridge. You know, I mean, just like the Memorial Bridge. I mean, it took a while for that one to come in, but now it's an amazing part of downtown.
And drivers we talked to are concerned about the increased traffic this could create on 95, particularly on the weekends. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you have it on that report. Drought conditions may cause trees to uproot, arborist says. Let's take a listen to the video.
Is there any way you can get an oil change today?
Without an appointment, try in like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the 1795 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
The tornado touched down just after 3 a.m. in Concord, Massachusetts, damaging at least 39 homes in a path a half-mile long, 400 yards wide, with winds reaching around 100 miles per hour.
It's crazy, really, really loud, and everything was shaking.
It sounded like a freight train was coming through.
The National Weather Service had to take the drought into account when rating it an EF1 tornado, saying it's possible many trees were uprooted because of drought conditions.
They certainly can. They certainly can. With the root system so dry, there's absolutely no moisture whatsoever to hold those root systems in.
Certified arborist Joe Davis with Bartlett Tree Experts says trees are showing signs of stress from the drought conditions. Some even starting to change color and losing leaves like it's fall already.
In a perfect world, a large mature tree would need about 1 inch of water a week, 750 gallons, and about 1,000 square foot area. So they really truly need a lot of water.
Consider this. Experts say you need to protect trees now from the drought. You might not even see the damage done for a few years.
I suspect our phone is going to start ringing. People are going to be asking, what's going on with my tree? Why are they thin? Why are the leaves small? It's strictly because of the drought. You don't see the damage until about 2 or 3 years down the road.
Arborists say water when you can, consider light pruning on dense trees, and use bark mulch or wood chips. But Joe says do it right. Don't bury the base of the tree.
You can see these nice root flares that are coming down into the ground here. That's the way Mother Nature planted trees. That's the way we want to leave them in the landscape.
He says trees can always be dangerous in high winds. Keep in mind the drought can increase the risk. Jean Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Donald Trump calls for special prosecutor to investigate Clinton emails. Speaking in front of an enthusiast crowd, Donald Trump intensified his calls for an investigation into his Democrat rival's email, saying that a special prosecutor must take over the case. Hillary Clinton tells Jimmy Kimmel she's embarrassed by boring emails. Hillary Clinton took on 2 conversational topics in a late-night interview on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live on Monday. First, Kimmel quizzed the Democratic presidential candidate about news that broke earlier in the day of the release of additional emails from the time she served as Secretary of State. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. See you back here later on. Goodbye, everyone.